Do you believe that if you are on a budget, then you must not be making enough money? Hi everyone, I'm Amy with Eating Healthy, Spending Less, and I want to talk to you today about budgeting because there are some very negative feelings about people who budget. And there are so many people that need to be on a budget, but they are so afraid of this negative connotation that comes with the word budgeting. So let's debunk that today. People who are on a budget are just people who want to manage their finances in a very responsible way. But so many people think that if they have to go on a budget, that must mean they're not making enough money, or they're broke, or they have so much debt to pay off they don't know where to start and it feels overwhelming. But in actuality, budgeting is freeing because it takes this weight off your shoulders. You don't have to think really anymore about how you're going to pay for this trip or how you're going to pay this debt or how you're going to pay for groceries, because it's all mapped out for you. All budgeting is really just a framework, and it's explaining to you how you're going to pay for this and how you're going to pay for that so that you don't go in the red at the end of the month. You can either live like broke people all your life, living paycheck to paycheck, not sure how you're going to pay your bills, not sure how you're going to pay for whatever you're trying to pay for, and living off credit cards, building way too high of a credit card balance, living in this just constant sway of how am I going to pay for this? How can I keep doing this while all of a sudden that weight of debt is just sitting on your shoulders? Or you could write a budget and you could be freed from that wondering how you're going to pay for it. And you could be on a plan for success. Millionaires don't just stumble upon their money. They have a framework, a plan, and they go towards it. They go towards the goal. People who are not on a budget flounder. And that doesn't have to be you. Being on a budget will change your life. Now you might be saying, Amy, I want to be on a budget, but my partner doesn't want to be on a budget. And that's where there's a big roadblock. Because when your spouse is not on the budget with you, you're like this, because you're constantly saying, we have no money, and this one over here is spending money, or you're both spending money, and you're just not on the same page. And so what do? You fight. You fight about money. And that's exactly what my husband and I did in the early years of our marriage. We fought about money all the time. At the end of the month, we would go into the red and I would cry and I would just let him have it because he was eating out and he didn't know where the money was going. And I couldn't take it anymore. I said, we need to be on a budget. And he thought, that is too restrictive. I don't want to be on a budget. But I kept saying, if we keep doing this, we're going to keep going in the red. We're not going to have a savings account anymore. And we're spending way too much more money each month than what we're making. And we had to get on a plan. And it was kind of like one of those, we got to just grow up, be adults, face the facts, and change the way that we're doing things. And my husband agreed. Now it took time, but he finally came to the point where he said, I'm ready to be on a budget. And it was life-giving because we were able to see where all of our money was going. We were able to pay all of our bills each month. Yeah, our grocery budget was really small at the time because he didn't have a job where he was making a lot of money. And I was home with our toddler. But just being on a plan together changed our life. The budget changes your life. And it doesn't mean that you're broke. I'm not broke. I live in a very comfortable situation. And I'm on a budget. Why am I on a budget if I'm not worried about money? Because I know where my money is going. I know how much I'm going to spend on certain things. I know how much money I can put in my vacation fund this month. I know how much money I can put in savings for my kids this month. I know how I'm going to pay for a medical bill because I have money set aside. I know how I'm going to pay for our car registration tags. When I need to renew those, I have the money sitting in a savings account ready to go. So when the DMV calls and wants me to pay my fee, I have the money to pay it. I know that when my kids grow to be 16 and want a car, I have money saved up for them to help them buy a car. Now, I'm not buying the whole car, but I am saving money to help them purchase their first car. I have money that goes into a savings account every month for retirement. I have money set aside every month for groceries, so I know how I'm going to pay for groceries. Now, yeah, you might say, that's restrictive though, Amy. Your grocery budget's only $600 a month, but that's my choice. I get to decide that. If I wanted a higher grocery budget, I could give myself a higher grocery budget, but I choose $600 because I know that that's really all we need. Just remember, friends, being on a budget will change your life. Radically change your life. So no more. Stop thinking about that budget being for broke people, being for people who don't know what they're doing. Maybe none of us know what we're doing until we make a budget. I don't care how old you are, if you're on a fixed income or if you're on a variable income. It doesn't matter. Anyone and everyone should be on a budget. If you're retired and you're on a fixed income for your retirement, you should be on a budget. If you're a hardworking middle-class family, you should be on a budget. If you are making money, you should be on a budget. That's how it works. And it will change your life. Now, if you're saying, Amy, I don't know how to make a budget, I have a video for you, and it will teach you how to make a budget. I have a video for you also that I have made that shows you how I prepare for every single month. I have a video showing you how to create a grocery budget. I have videos all over my YouTube channel showing you grocery hauls, meal plans, what we eat for a week, how we do it. I just want to encourage you with this. If you are stuck, if you cry about money, make a budget. If you say, but Amy, there's not enough money for all of my expenses, then you need to focus on your 4 walls. This is a Dave Ramsey principle, not mine. You need to pay for food. That's number 1. That is the most important. Once you fill your belly, then you're able to think about these other things. Make sure you have food for your family. Make sure that wherever you're living, that it's a cool place or a warm place to live. So make sure you pay your utilities. Make sure you pay for your transportation so that you can get to your job. Make sure you have gas money. And then also pay your rent or pay your mortgage. Build your 4 walls first. And then start working out a plan to pay for the other things that you need to pay for. That's how you do it. Also, watch Dave Ramsey on YouTube for tons of inspiration. I love the Dave Ramsey method, and that's what my husband and I did to pay off our $27,000 worth of debt 4 years ago. And that is how we are financially free now. So we still have a mortgage, but that's our only debt. We paid off our cars. We don't have credit cards. We live within our means. We have money left over at the end of each month to put towards different savings accounts, but we never let money float. Never. We always give money a purpose. Even in my vacation envelope, I don't let money just sit there wondering what it's going to do for a vacation. I have very specific goals of what money is going where for what trip or whatever it is. And the budget is key to having a very blessed and happy marriage with your spouse. My husband and I are on the same page, and we never fight about money anymore. I hope this video encouraged you. It was kind of a last-minute thought, but something that I really thought was important to share, how important it is to budget. If you are new to my channel, this is not a typical video that I make because I love making YouTube videos about handcrafted recipes using fresh ingredients and then everyday living. But don't forget, I'm on a budget. Right here, I'm on a budget, and I love my budget. I will see you all in my next video, friends. Bye-bye.